So I was able to watch A Quiet Place day one, so let's review it. And for starters, instead of the Quiet Place movies usually take place in a quiet town. They take place in the forest or just a quiet little area. But not this movie. This movie switches to the loudest city on Earth. Which I do like that spin on it. Instead of being in a quiet town, we're in the loudest place on Earth. I really like what this movie does to show that too, because it shows that loud, obnoxious New York sounds, and then all of a sudden these creatures land, and just everything goes quiet. And I like that, the way it all worked out too, because they're able to use all these loud noises that New York has to their advantage and to help them out. Also, what made the first two Quiet Place movies have that heartfelt to them is the family dynamic. Now, since this is a new group of characters, we don't have that family, but that nice, heartwarming story is still in here between these two characters, and you get their connection together, and it still has that emotional beat that the first movie had with their family dynamic, that it transitions into here as well, and still has the exact same tone that it needs to. And of course, the new cast of characters are a great add to this universe. I like Joseph's Quinn character. I feel like he has that unique thing to him, like he's kind of scared of stuff, but also, who wouldn't it be at this time? And also the main lead in this movie, I do not know her name, but I like the direction they go for character, where she starts off and then what they do with her throughout the film. I kind of like what they did with her. And I do like how this movie also connects to A Quiet Place too. It's not just its own little thing. There's certain plot points in here, and like certain references that it connects to Quiet Place 2, and kind of connects those two films together, so that this film is not entirely its own thing. It still does connect to the original two movies. But there's only two things I didn't like about this movie. The first thing is that at certain moments they have to be quiet, and then you learn in the movie that that certain noise gets you killed, but then later in the movie they make that exact same noise again, but they're not killed off. So like stuff like that doesn't really make sense. But my main problem is Djimon, who directed the original two. I feel like he did a way better job at keeping the suspense in those movies. With being quiet and stuff, he did a really good job, because in the first one, they made a tiny sound and everything just went quiet, waiting for them to expect something, so there was a bunch of suspense there. It's not in this movie. I mean, like, the horror is good, but is nowhere near as good as the suspense in the first two movies. And some of that is because of the new director. He still does a really good job throughout the film, but the suspense is still not there, like the first two movies had. But I do think A Quiet Place Day 1 is a great add to this franchise, and I can't wait to see what they do next with A Quiet Place Part 3. But out of 10, I'll give A Quiet Place Day 1 an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, maybe these ones on the side will interest you too. Like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.